everybody, how's it going? Stout Man coming back at you once again. And today we're going to talk about some of the early Amazon deals that I got during Black Friday, before Black Friday. You know, like most of it was Black Friday stuff. One of the items that I got was something I got like weeks ago that I just haven't ever had an opportunity to talk about yet. So yeah, let's actually just get that one out of the way. Picked up Young Adult here on Blu-ray for $5. At that price point, it was sold out of stock when I picked it up, so I had to wait a couple of weeks for them to actually send it to me, which is why it was like the lone thing that I got that week while I was waiting for Black Friday to come around. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait until Black Friday comes around and then throw it in with all the other stuff I got from Amazon in an update video for Amazon, you know? So, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Young Adult is a really good movie from, Jason Reitman, the same guy who did, Juno. Oh, yeah, and, what's this? Up in the Air. Thank You for Smoking? Gee, I've never heard of those. So, yeah, obviously, Jason Reitman, a great filmmaker. Great, great, great. And Charlize Theron is probably one of my favorite actresses. She's just so fucking good. She did Monster. She did North Country. She's just such a powerful, dramatic actor. And she's pretty damn funny, too. So she was perfect for this role. And I really loved this movie. I also love Patton Oswalt's role in the movie, because Patton Oswalt is fucking hilarious, and he just did really well in this movie, obviously. So, yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I'm glad I have it in my collection now for $5. Now, let's move on to the Black Friday stuff. The stuff that I got on a Black Friday. I'm going to start off here, actually, with the really cool thing. And then I'm going to move on to the kind of we need to talk about this kind of stuff. So just to get the cool thing out of the way here, I picked up Aladdin. I got the deal on Aladdin for $9.96. They price matched. One of their lightning deals on Black Friday was Aladdin for $9.96, which is a price match to what Walmart had it for. Walmart had Aladdin at $9.96, listed at $9.96 in their ad for Black Friday, and that was a really big deal. But the thing about that is, as I was predicting, most of their stuff was not on sale online. And, I could go on a rant about that. If you want me to, say the word. But I'm not going to do that right now, because then the video would be fucking hours long, you know? Maybe not hours long, but, you know, it'd be a long video. I don't want to make it too long. So suffice it to say that instead of shopping at Walmart, I picked this up on Amazon. I decided I'd rather get in there on time at 10:30 in the morning and pick this up the second that it goes live. That's exactly what I did. So yes, this is the Diamond Edition of Aladdin. Got it for $9.96. That is a big fuck you to Walmart. In fact, everything that I wanted from Walmart, I was able to pick up at the same price as Walmart elsewhere. So fuck you to Walmart. Anyway, needless to say, it came with the slipcover. Very cool, very cool. And I love this movie. I actually remember, I think it was either, I don't think it was like my actual school, right? I don't think it was the school that did this as like a, was it like kindercare maybe? I think it was like a daycare center or something. When I was a kid, a daycare center that I was going to, they took us to see a movie one day. And the movie they took us to see was Aladdin. And it was just awesome. And that was the first time I'd seen the movie. And I saw it many times after that, I believe because we had the VHS. If we didn't have the VHS, we sure rented it a lot. I mean, I've seen this movie several times as a kid, and I love it to death. So of course I've got to have it on Blu-ray. I was just waiting for the right price, waiting for some kind of a deep discount. And you know what? $10 is my kind of discount on that. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm going to save the worst for last, all right? Obviously, I wouldn't pick it up if it wasn't good or if I didn't feel like it was worth picking up, right? But the last thing I'm going to talk about, we're going to have a discussion, which is why I didn't want to go on that rant about Walmart. So let's just talk first about Jurassic World. This is, of course, the limited edition tin packaging. I don't know. You can't really call this a steelbook. It is absolutely a tin packaging of Jurassic World. And the thing about this is, hold on, it's a circle. It's a circle. I could have gotten the regular edition for the same price that I got this. I got this at $10. And for the same price or about the same price, I could have gotten the regular edition without having to worry about or think about this being a tin, right? But I actually kind of wanted the tin. And the reason I wanted it was because I've already got the other 3 Jurassic Park movies in like the 3-pack that I got years ago, right? And I don't want to upgrade to the newer edition, which isn't any better. And I don't want to get all the 4 of them in the 4-pack when I already have the 3 in the 3-pack. So, of course, I just decided I'm just going to get Jurassic World. But how should I get it? Should I just get the regular edition or should I get something fancy? Well, I opted for the fancy because I'm always looking for new things that I can actually display on my shelf. I actually also got new shelving units, by the way, that are on the way right now. So I should be able to have a little bit more space to display things. And this comes on a card that on the back here, yes, it's a crappy little cardboard thing, but if you're careful with it, then you can use it to actually just like stand this up like this and display it on your shelf like this. And I thought that was a really cool that would be a really cool thing to do for me because it's like, then I don't have to have all my Jurassic Park movies out and on display in order to show how much I like the franchise, you know what I mean? Then I can just have this really cool Jurassic World tin on display instead. Now, with a tin packaging like this, there are going to be a few issues. Mainly that you can't really just kind of slide it in on a shelf like this or anything, you know. It's not going to look... Here, I'll show you what it would look like alongside the other titles I picked up here. So, if you were to put it on a shelf the way it looks, this is how it would look on a shelf. All right? That's not going to look that good. I mean, it'll definitely stand out and you'll never have a hard time finding it, but, you know, it's not something you want to do. It's definitely something that you get because you want to display it. Now when you open it opens up like this, and inside the discs are both in these paper sleeves. I know how much collectors hate the paper sleeves because the discs can get stuck in them and they can get, if the discs get stuck and it's too tight, they can get scratched and that can ruin the disc and all that good stuff. The reason that I opted for the limited edition packaging, regardless of the fact that they come in these paper sleeves, is because I actually watched a video where somebody unboxed this and I realized that these paper sleeves are not like other paper sleeves. These are very light, very open. Take a look at how much space there is in there. There's a lot of space. So the disc itself isn't really, to my knowledge from what I'm seeing here, it's not really touching the paper. It's not really touching anything, but it's secure. That's all they're doing with this, is they're making it secure. And the nice thing that I like about this is that you can just kind of take it like this, flip it over, squeeze the sides a little bit, and the disc just pops out, never having touched the actual surface of the disc. So when it comes to paper sleeves and packaging like this, they did it right in this case. This is absolutely doable. This is absolutely okay. I am totally freaking down with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to line this back up again. That's the only problem I've had is like lining it up with the back. Yep, that's upside down. And there we go. Lined up with the back. Let's see. Nah, more or less. So yeah, I got that for $10. Jurassic World. What do I think? It was a good movie. I liked it. I don't think it's the best movie in the franchise. I think it might be a little bit better than the third one. Definitely better than the second one. No, just. But you know, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoy the whole like fighting monster aspect that they kind of added in there. It felt like a Godzilla movie at one point, which is not a bad thing. So, you know, I enjoyed that aspect of it, and that's why I decided ultimately I'm going to get it. So finally, last but not least, and of course, there is more actually coming from Amazon, but that's going to take a bit more time. So I'll do that in another video at some point. But for now, from what I've received so far, last but not least, we have, for $15, mind you, the complete series of King of Queens. Now you might be asking yourself, how does one get a monster box set of the complete series of King of Queens, 9 seasons of a television show for $15? How does one do that? Well, let me show you the reason that this was so cheap. Just let me show you. You think, oh, gatefold, oh, nice. At least they did it right. Oh, yep, and it opens up and it looks like this, and you get to see the house. Oh, very nice, very nice. I like how they're doing this. And then, they're on spindles. You know how we love spindles in the collector community? And we talk about how crappy they are and how much we hate them and how we hate we hate companies who do complete series sets where they put all the discs on one spindle. Well, what's better than putting all the discs on one spindle? Putting them on 2 spindles! Twice the fun! So, yeah, there's an issue here, isn't there? This is noted terrible packaging. Noted terrible packaging. But to be fair, to keep the discs from moving around too much and to keep them down in their packaging, they do have these lovely cheap-ass pieces of cardboard that fit in there and keep them from jostling around too much, but not quite enough. One of the things that's important to note about this, though, like, you think that it's cheap, right? And it's cheap, right? It's very cheap. But you don't understand how cheap it is, all right? When I say that this is made out of, like, the flimsiest fucking plastic imaginable, I mean, like, an eco packaging from... Let me find an eco packaging here. Is this an eco pack? No, this is a good eco package. Sony knows how to do their eco packaging. I don't know what to compare this to, but yeah, you know, like the really flimsy eco packaging with all the holes cut out of it and everything, and it just falls apart in seconds. That kind of stuff. The stuff that looks like it was legitimately made by foreigners. I mean, I'm sorry, but the really crappy packaging, yeah. That is better than this. This plastic is like, okay, the spindle itself, right? The little knob that all the discs go onto. If you put the slightest amount of pressure on it, it will bend under the pressure of your fingers. It will legitimately... Can you kind of hear that? Here, I'll just... I want to be very careful with this, obviously. So I'm going to just try and get this as close as I can here. hopefully not make any damage or get it damaged. Can you hear that? Yeah, that is from me putting the lightest little pressure from squeezing the spindle, because that's how cheap the freaking plastic is. All right? If this gets moved around a bit too much in shipment, if anything at all happens, if it drops off a shelf, you could be in huge fucking trouble. So if you're wondering why I got it for $15, that's how I got it for $15, because it is fucking cheap. Not just cheap in terms of how little it costs, but I mean cheap in terms of how little they spent on this fucking packaging, man. Like, I'm legitimately considering, I am going to be replacing this packaging with something else at some point, because this is just ridiculously bad packaging. That being said, if you're wondering why I would buy it, full well knowing that that packaging was going to be greeting me, why would I buy that if I knew that the packaging was so bad? Well, it's hard to beat 76 hours of entertainment for $15. Let's just be honest here. Over 150 episodes for $15. Do you understand? Do you comprehend? All right, try to comprehend this. Over 150 episodes of content for $15. That's a dime per episode. That's a fucking awesome deal, all right? Most season sets, you're paying between 50 cents and $1 if you're getting a really good deal per episode. Sometimes, if you're not getting a good deal, you're paying more than $1. You're paying $2, $3, $4, $5 an episode. 10 cents. 10 cents per episode. And I love King of Queens. So I couldn't pass it up. I was just like, you know what? I need to have this in my collection. Even if it means I have to get separate packaging in order to really do it right and really take care of my discs. So, yeah. We shall come to that when we come to that. But for now, I got that for $15. It's a little hefty. It's pretty big. And I got Jurassic World here for $10. And of course, I got Aladdin for $10. And Young Adult for $10. So, not bad so far. Not bad, if I do say so myself. But I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think I'm fucking nuts to have bought King of Queens for $15? Even though it was a good price? I mean, sometimes I think I'm nuts. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.